Today we're looking at the weirdest combinations of power and toughness on Magic the Gathering creatures. We're gonna start off with today's show with Steve Cooper's suggestion, the Force of Savagery. It's a 3-mana 8/0. That's right. If this thing enters the battlefield, it's already dead. It's a very weird choice of a creature. You're basically gonna need an anthem or a lord. You need some sort of lord or anthem out in order to save this thing. It has trample. Well, the only thing you're going to be trampling over is your own shoes. Tripping over your own shoes, I suppose they would say. Okay, next up, we're going to go with Jeff with Char Rumbler. There are quite a few cards with just very weird... Yeah, that's a really weird one, too. Look at this thing. It's the -1/3 Char Rumbler, a 4-mana elemental. Another... I guess the elementals have... They're elements from the table of elements. They could be anything. Double strike, and for a red, Char Rumbler gets +1/+0 until end of turn. You know, you can almost say this is like one of the worst creatures in the game. You are paying mana so that this can be at least 1 power, to be 0 power. What does that mean? If I attack my opponent with this thing, do they gain life? Because their attack, I have dealt -1 damage to you. So if you minus a -1, then you should be able to gain life out of that, right? That's how that works. I think that's how it should work. Any math majors in the house? You're supposed to subtract. You subtract the amount of damage that is dealt to them. Yeah, I know this one's a little crazy. It's a little bit weird. Jeff says they have to make a rule that it deals 0 damage. Wizards of the Coast denied real math on Char Rumbler. Oh, they did they? They do that. They do that actually quite often. You know, there's a lot of cards out there. They just do however Wizards wants the rules to play out. You know, however they want to play out. Yeah, we have confirmation. It does 0 no matter what, but you need to do +2 to get to 1 power. Okay, next up we got Dangerous One with the super chat. Thanks so much, Dangerous One. The Illusionary Wall. This was on the show not too long ago. It's an eyebrow raiser. For a blue creature, it is, especially even at 5 mana. It's a 7/4. It's a 7/4 wall, defender, flying, and first strike with cumulative upkeep of a blue. And what was really interesting, so a long time ago, they didn't say defender on the card, right? It was a wall. You had to just know walls are not allowed to attack. That was just inherent within walls. Like, why would a wall attack? It's just a wall. It's just sitting. It's just stationary. It's just sitting there, doing nothing. So a lot of people told me that they used the Illusionary Wall as like one of the best creatures in the game, and I can totally see this. It would be insane if you could attack with this card way back then, back in the day. 5 mana for a 7/4 first strike flyer. This basically beats out almost everything at the time. Even Lightning Bolt can't keep it down. You can easily pay the cumulative upkeep for like 5 turns. They'll be dead by then. Very, very, very fascinating card. Next up, we've got the Defender didn't show up till Betrayers of Kamigawa. Oh, is that right? It took that long. But you know, even a long time ago, they had a thing: walls cannot attack. There was a point where they gave us some reminder text. Archangel with the Wall of Ba Sing Se. That is very... Yeah, this is a bit of a weird one. It's got to be for flavor reasons. 8 mana for a 0/30. Nothing beats that. I mean, unless it can pump itself. You know what? There is actually a card that can beat that. Anyway, the Char Rumbler. We have cards that beat other cards on this show. Defender, other permanents you control also have indestructible. They don't also have indestructible. The Walls of Ba Sing Se. They actually very destructible, in fact. Jackal with the last card. It's 5 mana with cumulative upkeep. That's an eye raiser right there. That's true. But it couldn't attack. Benjamin Berkey, Unhallowed Phalanx. Unhallowed. This is a 5 mana 113. These are all pretty good on defense. Unhallowed Phalanx enters the battlefield tapped. That is terrible. You have one job, Unhallowed Phalanx, and that is to block. And you already come into play basically needing a rest. An absolute disgrace. Gillum is like, who would win, a 20-meter wall or a 1/1 death touch rat? Oh my god, the flavor failure, right? The giant wall that spans, I don't know, to the ends of the earth. No, just one little death touch rat. That's it. It's over for this thing. R.I.P. Wall of Ba Sing Se. Okay, next up we've got Argentina, the Avatar of Hope. And you know, this show is partially inspired by cards like Avatar of Hope. That is a 8-mana 4/9. Like, you know, back then they were like a little bit more creative with the power and toughness. These days it's so standard. Like, they've standardized everything. It's just like it's a 3/3 or it's a 4/5. Like, the power needs to be in line with the toughness for some reason. It's a 5/5 or a 4/5. It's a 5/6 or a 6/6. This card, if you have 3 or less life, it's going to cost 6 less to play. It sounds like you're coming late to the party, Avatar Hope. I was hoping you were a little bit more playable than that. But it has flying, and oh, it can block any number of creatures, so you might actually give me some hope. Toads with the super chat. Little girl. That isn't a unique power and toughness. Feeling odd, so silver border time. And you donated, so we can look at a silver border. So little girl for half a mana is going to also be half the power and half the toughness of a regular creature. Not going to be taking down any fugitive wizards at this point. The toy actually should have some power. When she enters the battlefield, she can deal 1 damage. Okay, next up, we've got Tresaro with Tarmogoyf. Yeah, we actually take it for... I don't know about the rest of Magic players. We actually take for granted that this is like a really weird power and toughness. It's like star and 1+ star, and the star depends. The power is equal to the number of card types among cards in all graveyards, and its toughness is equal to that number +1. And also, as they like add card types, it changes. Like, is there an explanation for how many things that there can be? Yeah. Okay. The card types that can appear on cards in a graveyard are artifact, battle. So that's a new one. Battle. Creature, enchantment, instant, kindred, land, planeswalker, and sorcery. Legend, basic, and snore. Super types, not card types. Oh, it sounds like some people tried to cheat with Tarmogoyf. Didn't work now, did it? We have another super chat with Algot. Thank you so much for your super chat. Avatar of me? You mean Algot? Oh, it is Avatar of me. It's just a star. I wouldn't say that's the weirdest of all the... there's a lot of star creatures in this game. 4 mana Avatar. The spell costs 1 more to cast for each 10 years you've been alive. So if you're really old, it's actually really strong. Avatar of Me's power is equal to your height in feet, and its toughness is equal to your American shoe size, round to the nearest half. Avatar of Me is the color of your eyes. This is gone beyond stupid. Sorry, it's not disqualified, but this is it got to another realm of absurd the more I was reading it. We got Islarf here with Max the Daredevil. Doing some daredevil-y stuff. This is a 3 mana 3/2. This power and toughness is normal. Okay, that I'm disqualified. These are too normal. We need new, very fresh power and toughnesses. Does it have anything else? Whenever you cast your second spell each turn, doesn't even adjust the power and toughness in any way. I think there's enough 3/2s in this game. Alice Gibson, Char Rumble is normal next to Spinal Parasite. And there's a lot. See, that is a weird power, and that's a weird one. It's a 5 mana -1/-1. I don't know. It can live in your imagination, because once it's been conceived into the real world, it just dies instantly. If you disconnect it from the matrix, it just goes poof. Sunburst, it comes into play with a +1/+1 counter on it. Oh, for each color of mana used to pay its cost. So it's got 5 mana. It could be a 4/4 creature in the end. One day. Remove 2 +1/+1 counters from Spinal Parasite. Remove a counter from target permanent. But the more counters we remove from Spinal Parasite, the closer it is to death. If purple mana ever happened, will Sunburst get buffed? We do have a purple mana. It's called Colorless. And no, it doesn't get buffed. Steve Cooper also says, little girl is half power, but that last one is a girl on a skateboard with 3 power. Yeah, there we go. Well, you know, but they're a big girl. They're big. They're sort of grown up. Probably in their teenage years. Seb Stone, Cherix. The Raging Isle. A massive 4 mana 0/17 Leviathan Crab. Spells your opponents cast that target Cherix, the Raging Isle, costs 2 more to cast. And for 3 mana, Cherix gets +X -X until end of turn, where X is the number of islands you control. You're going to need that plus. I guess you don't want the minus, but that's why we have as much toughness as we do, to survive the activation of this damn thing. Mind you, you can buff them up multiple times if you have the mana. We did Force of Savagery, John. We started the show with it. I bet everyone's going to ask about that card. We got Jess, the big. Everyone wants unset cards today. Big furry monster. I don't even remember what the. Oh, it was the 99.99. Sounds like the price to a video game way back in the day. They used to be like $99.99 in Canadian. Canadian dollars. Gillum, Ball Lightning, it's a classic. It is. And interestingly, they don't actually make cards with 6 power and 1 toughness all that much. Triple red, trample, haste, and at the beginning of the end step, sacrifice this creature. Used to play with Ball Lightning in Standard a few times. I had to learn the hard way that Ball Lightning into a 1/1 first striker, not a good idea. Nope, don't do it. I'm warning everybody in advance. You feel really stupid when you do it too. Yeah, it's almost borderline embarrassing at that point. Hexenort, Nova Chaser. Nova Chaser is a 4 mana 10/2. It's an elemental warrior. Trample, and you get to champion an elemental. Now all you have to do is give it trample. Or actually, this is a fine card to fling. This is a fling target. It's a fling enabler. Mercenary says, Ball Lightning used to be great, but has since been massively power crept. Yeah, I mean, basically, like, there's just too much removal for this thing. Just way too, like, you also can't always depend on burn to get you through. Is this in Standard? Yeah, it's in Foundries. It's actually in Foundries. Okay, next up, we've got Lessian with Yargle and Moltani. There's nothing here. It's just an 18/6. Another fling target, you might say. You're gonna have, but this can't be your commander. Yeah, just six mana. I've heard much about you from my daughter, Moltani rumbled. There was a time when I'd balk at your aid, Phantom, but she has shown me the merit in Urborg's strange ways. I am not gonna lie to you. That just sounded like AI generated gibberish. It wasn't far off. I've heard much about you from my daughter, Moltani rumbled. There was a time when I'd balk at your aid, Phantom, but she has shown me the merit in Urborg's strange ways. It's a little too far out there for me. I don't even know who Phantom is. But that is a strange power and toughness for 6 mana. Oh yeah, it's it's not that strange. The real question is, how big can you make a vanilla creature for 6 mana? You know the card is vanilla, so you might as well make it like an 18/6. Are they like 2 9/3s, or there is an uneven spread? I think they are something like that, and I think they're both. I mean, I don't know. I think they're both vanilla creatures, so they just sort of like combine the vanillas. But yeah, I'm sure the original is Yargle. I mean, we might look at it later. Okay, we're gonna take a look at the just weirdest Magic the Gathering power and toughnesses on creatures. We gotta thank our sponsor, FusionGamingOnline.com, the place to get those creatures. You can get them in Avatar, you can get them in Lorwyn Eclipse. They all got strange stuff, but not to mention they are amazing in your next Commander deck. Support the channel by using coupon code Nikachu at checkout to get 5% off all your purchases, especially since it supports the channel. And now back to our show. Bach means to refuse abruptly, and Yargle is a spirit of the Urborg. That makes some sense. We did Force the Savagery. This is gonna be one of those cards, you know. Everyone's gonna suggest it. The entire show. I should just have a little note at the bottom. You know, we've done Force the Savagery. You know, you can't expect to get through 5 minutes of the show without that card being mentioned. Okay, Westnet plays Magic with the Lord of Tressorhorn. The 10-4. 4-mana 10-4 zombie. When Lord of Tressorhorn comes into play, you lose 2 life and sacrifice 2 creatures. And an opponent draws 2 cards. And you also can pay a black to regenerate your Lord of Tressorhorn. So you can just freely send it to its death, because it's not actually going to die. Your version of that song sounds a little muffled than how it normally sounds. I don't know. You can all hear the music, right? 10-4, it's not bad. It's a big, the 10-4. Okay, we have, Benny's got Apem with Tree of Perdition. The old 0-13 for 4 mana. It's a defender, and tap, exchange target opponent's life total with this creature's toughness. So the toughness of this creature can get even weirder. In theory, it could be a 104. This is a fantastic suggestion. Okay, next up, we got Magnum Opus Gold with Sutured Ghoul. Sutured Ghoul is a 7-mana star zombie. I'm gonna disqualify these. We can't have star is like super common. If it's star plus, if it's star minus, if it's star multiplication, I could get behind it. But like stars, there's a lot of them. Big Furry Monster has been said, but like also you also need to donate for those types of things. We've got Mark Butler with the Mind Shrieker. Mind Shrieker is a 2-mana 1/1 spirit bird flying. Oh, wait, does it have a like? Well, it's a 1/1. That's not that strange. Pay 2. Target player puts the top card of their library into the graveyard. Mind Shrieker gets +X/+X until end of turn, where X of that card's convert mana cost. It can get weird, but no, it's no double stars. Like there's a million double stars. It's not that weird. There's a million 0/0s. We did Lord of Tressorhorn. There might be a point in the show where we'll go back and we'll do cards that can like create a weird power and toughness. But right now, let's stick to actual original power and toughnesses. Okay, we have Scab Goliath. This is the only 6/9 creature. Oh yeah, very, very nice. It says 3 heads are better than 1. What is that supposed to mean? 6 mana for a 6/9. As an additional cost to cast this spell, exile 2 creature cards from your graveyard. Oh, I guess that's where the extra 2 heads came from. 3 heads are better than 1. I think there's some weird innuendo thing going on over there. Then okay, we got Echo, Thing in the Ice. Okay, this will be like the only 0/4 we'll have rep. Thing in the Ice. To be honest, I don't think... Oh, the 7/8 on the other side. Okay, 0/4, not very exciting. That's okay. It flips. Defender. This creature enters with 4 ice counters. When you cast an instant or sorcery, remove an ice counter. If there are none, it will transform into the Awoken Horror. It's a 7/8 Kraken Horror. When this creature transforms into a Woken Horror, return all non-horror creatures to their owner's hands. It is a big, beefy 7/8. So I was saying earlier, a lot of cards, they're like 5/5s, 5/4s, 4/5s. But you don't really get to the 7/8 range very much. Okay, next up, we've got Vec with the Mind Skinner. The Mind Skinner. Oh yeah, the 10/1. But it looks strong, but it's not. Because it's blue, blue. It can't be blocked. All right. What's the disadvantage? Well, if a source you control would deal damage to an opponent, prevent the damage, and each opponent mills that many cards. You know what you need to do with this? You need to play Dress Down. That sounds like a combo. Hear me out. You play the Mind Skinner. You attack. They don't block. And then you just throw down Dress Down. And I understand you need a lot of these types of cards. You just need some way to like get rid of its abilities. And then you just smack your opponent for literally 10 damage. They won't see it coming at all. Arethusa, Conqueror's Galleon. Oops, I'm writing your name down. Conqueror's Galleon. If we count vehicle, I will count vehicles because I didn't say. Oh, I did say creatures. I will count vehicles. I think I think that's fair. That will also create some variety. The Conqueror's Galleon is a 4-mana 2/10. When it attacks, exile it at end of combat, then return it to the battlefield transformed under your control. Also crew for 4. I actually did. Originally, this wasn't supposed to be on creatures. It was just supposed to be the weirdest power and toughness, but this thing can become a creature. So I will count the vehicles because they got a lot of weird stuff going on over there. Bryce with Indomitable Ancients. Can we count spaceships? Yes, we'll count spaceships. We'll count spaceships too. Okay, the Indomitable Ancients. Oh yeah, it's just a 2/10. It feels very original looking at it, but I would never play the damn thing. Z-Man Vader. Oh, it's just the actual Yargle. The Glutton of Urborg. It's a 9/3. Oh, so is Multani also a 9/3? They just like combined the two together, and they did nothing, and they were very good at it. Okay, Magnum now wants redemption with the Allosaurus Rider. Okay, so that's a good one. Yeah, that's a weird one. So that's star +1 and star +1. We don't get so many of those. You may exile 2 green cards from your hand rather than pay Allosaurus Rider's mana cost, which is 7 mana. I have not really seen anyone hardcast an Allosaurus Rider before. Allosaurus Rider's power and toughness are each equal to 1 plus the number of lands you control. Okay, next up, we have Archangel! Jumbo Cactar. Yeah, we start off at a 1/7, and then we can raise it to 1,007. Because of 10,000 needles, whenever this creature attacks, it gets plus 9,999 until end of turn. It's a lot. It's a lot of damage. Next, we've got Christopher B with Zimone all questioning. She's technically a 1/1. She's just a 1/1. If a land entered under your control, create Primo the Invisible. Nah, it's different. This is a 1/1 creature. Next up, we've got Bulky, the Priest of Hulklade. Is it just Priest of Hulklade? Oh, the Pride of Hulklade. Very proud. This is a 11 mana 2/15 Crocodile Elk Turtle. It's got the toughness of an elk, but I guess the power of a turtle. Spell costs X less to cast, where X is the total toughness of creatures you control. Big butts stick together. Defender, and also for 4 mana. Until end of turn, target creature you control gets +1/+0, gains Whenever this creature deals combat damage to a player, draw cards equal to its toughness. Oh my god. And can attack this turn as though it didn't have defender. Fascinating. This is a fascinating card. John! We did that one already. We did the Char Rumbler. Oh, sorry. This is supposed to use the sniped sound effect. Okay, we're going to donate your super chat, John. Guess we're going to donate to Bell. We've got Drivnod. Carnage Dominus? The hell is this? It's 5 mana for an 8/3. You know what's so sad about like things that are 8/3? You still died a lightning bolt. You know, you've gone through all this work to get this creature in play. It's got this amazing power. It just dies to every removal spell. If a creature dying causes a triggered ability of a permanent you control to trigger, that ability triggers an additional time. And for 2 Phyrexian, exile 3 creature cards from your graveyard. Put an indestructible counter on Drivnod, Carnage Dominus. Hollow One, Eye of Dustmantle. We did force the Savagery. Yes, we have done that one. Eye of Duskmantle is a 7 mana 3/8. So this is the opposite. We just went from Drivnod straight to Eye of Duskmantle. Flying and lifelink. You may play lands and cast spells from among cards in your graveyard you've surveilled this turn. If you cast a spell this way, you pay life equal to its mana value rather than paying its mana cost. Now, this card is not dying to Lightning Bolt. It's also not dying to Dismember. It's not dying to a lot of stuff. Next, we got Super Chat from Steve Cooper. We have Hearth Hull. Hearth Hull, the World Seed. World Seed is only 6 powered and donate to 2 people. All right, we'll do that, Steve Cooper. Oh yes, this one of these stations. So it can 6/7 is a bit big and a little bit weird. So when we charge it to 2, pay 1, tap, sack a land, draw 2 cards. You may play an additional land this turn, and also at 8+, it has flying, vigilance, and haste. Whenever you sacrifice a land, each opponent loses 2 life. Oh, so you can, it has vigilance, so you can attack, and you do the old Sackaroonie thing later. That works. All right, we have 2 super chats on the house from Steve Cooper. Indiana Jones. What do you got? Urza's Engine. Got him to say the Zoomer funny? What? Urza's Engine. Oh, it's a 1/5 for 5 mana. Trample. For 3 mana, banding until end of turn. Didn't even say it gains band. It's just banding until end of turn. Pay 3. Also, all creatures banded with Urza's Engine gain trample until end of turn. Terrible. Oh, this. Oh, yeah. 6/7. I didn't catch it though. I'm not zoomer enough. Yeah, the banding is back. Not really at all. We did the walls. Sorry about that. Sebastino. Okay, we got Greg. We got Greg with Snot. You get a super chat. Sounds disgusting. Okay, the only reason you're gonna get this one is because this actually was donated. So we have a green star to the power of 2. Star to the power of 2. You see, when they make these unsets, they have a little bit of a sense of humor and creativity when it comes to the math of this stuff. As Snot, this is some sort of acronym, comes into play, you may stick it onto another creature named Snot in play. That is disgusting. If you do, all those creatures form a single creature. Snot's power and toughness are each equal to the square of the number of Snots stuck together. So if there's 1, it's a 1/1. 1 is a 1/1, 2 are a 4/4, and 3 are a 9/9. I don't see how it should be so exponential like that. That math is not mathing, in my opinion. Okay, we're gonna look at more of the weirdest power and toughness cards, but we gotta thank our other sponsor, Mana Traders, the premier place to rent Magic cards on Magic Online, my favorite place to play. Look, I'm a competitive player. I want to play Modern. I might want to play Standard. I play Pioneer. I play Legacy. but I don't need to own all the cards when I can rent them with Mana Traders. This gets your competitive edge. You can support the channel renting using coupon code Nikachu_G4U to get 40% cash back on your 3rd month subscription. And back to snot, apparently. A lot of snot around here. You know, someone used actual snot to stick these cards together. You know, that is so disgusting. I didn't really need to know that. Welcome, Bennies. I'm glad you're entertained. We have Expa. Have we done Valakut Firebore? No. I have no idea. Oh, the 1/7. So it's a 5-mana 1/7 elemental boar. Whenever Valakut Firebore attacks, switch its power and toughness until end of turn. It did the old switcheroo on us. I thought you were on defense. I thought you were harmless. The big butt had spikes in it the entire time. We didn't even know. Okay, we have Unreeves, a Blistering Firecat. Another 7. Oh, this was the 1/7. I like that we getting back to back here. The 1/7. Now we have a 7/1. A 4-mana 7/1. Trampling Hasty Cat. At the end of turn, sacrifice Blistering Firecat. Oh, and you can also morph it as well. So it can start off as a 2/2. You're not really getting a big discount. You're actually spending 5 mana if you do it this way, but get the 7/1 in play one way or another. If you don't have enough Bull Lightnings, you play the Blistering Firecat. Toilet Duck says, fun thing to do, actually fun, not guaranteed. Compare the power and toughness of April, I'll look at one of these things, April O'Neil to the power and toughness of Donnie. April, how do I look up April? Okay, April O'Neil to, oh, there's 2 of them. Okay, yeah, so this one's a 1, here we have a 1/5. And the other April O'Neil is just a 3/3. What does that make Donnie? A 2/0? A 2/0? Otherwise, this is just a 1. It's just a 1/5 card. We did Illusionary Wall. Okay, Teutonic with the Void Winnower. Because it was a 10. Because if it was a 10/10, it would be a hypocrite. You'd be right. 9 mana for an 11/9. Your opponents can't cast spells with even converted mana cost. Only odds around here. Your opponents can't block with creatures with even converted mana costs. And yeah, you have to be an oddball. If you're not odd, you're out. Mercenary with Phyrexian Dreadnought. Phyrexian Dreadnought, a 1-mana 12/12. Trample. When Phyrexian Dreadnought comes into play, sack any number of creatures with total power of 12 or more, or bury your Phyrexian Dreadnought. There are a few 12/12s in this game. I think Phyrexian Dreadnought, one of the Eldrazi's. It's not that common, but it's in there. Who else? No card yet. Oh boy, the Essence of Antiquity. This is it's a 1/10 for 5 mana. It's a golem. Also has Disguise for 3 mana. When Essence of Antiquity is turned face up, creatures you control gain hexproof until end of turn, including the Essence of Antiquity. You know, if I were me, I would just leave this as a 2/2. Who cares? Just leave it as a 2/2. Torpor plus Phyrexian Dreadnought is fun. Well, for some people. It's also it's basically a hate card main deck versus a bunch of people. Combo piece for you. We did Lordo Tressorhorn. Oh, poor Raznab. You got to go deeper. I think we've done all like the hot bangers already. Chest of Treasures, Ludovic's Test Subject. There's a few weird ones. Okay, the 0/3 is not that weird for 2 mana. It's Defender for 2 mana. Put a hatchling counter on Ludovic's Test Subject. Then if there are 5 or more hatchling counters on it, remove all of them and transform it into none other than Ludovic's Abomination, a 13/13 Trampler. We got a little good old 13/13 over here. Okay, next up we got a super chat from Archangel New. Last one, Untime, Infinity Elemental. Remember, you can only suggest the uncards if you paid up with the money. Okay, we have 7 mana for an Infinity 5 creature. That's a lot of damage. You know, they actually say in competitive Magic that infinite life gain beats infinite power, because no matter how big you buff up your creatures, I can then just respond with infinite life, and you can never get around it. This creature has infinite power. It's so infinite that its flavor text says. It's so infinite that its flavor text says. And it just goes on for forever. I don't know if that's a sign of power. It is infinite. An infinite waste of paper, though. Okay, we have Armageddon Future Shark. This is a 8 mana 9/6. It's a shark horror mutant flash. When Armageddon enters, destroy up to 3 target creatures. It reminds me of Archon of Cruelty, really. Give me very similar vibes. Minus the flash in play, though. Very minus the flash. Voltland with Quake Strider Ceratops. Quake Strider Ceratops is a 6 mana 12/8. Oh, that's it. You know, it's funny how many of these giant creatures with weird power and toughnesses, they're all they don't have any like stats. They're just a vanilla creature. It's the craziest vanilla creatures in all of Magic the Gathering. You won't believe that they printed these things. Next up, who has no card yet? I can't tell. Okay, Minkoa says no card. Spawnshire of Ulamog. Oh yeah, there's a lot of weird Eldrazi's. It's 7-Eleven. Now for me, 7-Eleven is like a gag. I love 7-Eleven. Annihilator 1, which is really weird for such a big Eldrazi. For 4 mana, put 2 0/1 colorless Eldrazi spawn creature tokens onto the battlefield. They have sack this creature, add a 1 to your mana pool. And for 20 mana, cast any number of Eldrazi cards you own from outside the game without paying their mana costs. You got a backpack full of cards. You can put them in play with that. Jagra with Autochron Worm. It's a Autochthon Worm. Weird name. Weird power and toughness. Weird casting cost. It's 15 mana. It's basically Emrakul like 1914 with Convoke and Trample. Welcome, Bordeaux. I don't know if you're here first. Not very likely, but welcome. Okay, Bob Talks Bridge with Impervious Great Worm. Good news, power and toughness is unique. Bad news, doesn't have Fleef? Oh, well, was that like the AI ability that we talked about last time? So this is for 10 mana, a 16/16. It's got Convoke and it has Indestructible. To get out of its way. You know, in the world of Magic, it just seems strange that you can have some creature like this to just blast through the city like it's nothing. You better have... Wonder what the insurance policies are on people's homes. On, like, Ravnica or, like... any plane. You need to be insured versus, like... Wizard, battle damage, fire... Dragon fire, you need to be insured versus like a giant worm plowing through your home and destroying all your stuff. It seems complicated. It seems like insurance is very expensive. It's probably better to rent than to own in the world of Magic the Gathering. Do you know anything about Ravnica? This isn't weird at all. That's exactly. Ravnica just doesn't have insurance. The Orzhov would not be trusted to manage that. Then what do they do? Who's rebuilding all this crap? Next we've got Adaptus. Okay, we have Tyranid Prime. Okay, Tyranid Prime. It's just a 0-4. That's not that interesting. There's a million 0-4s in the game. Bazillions. The secret to not worry about insurance is to not survive the wizard duel. You're going down with the ship, it sounds like. Oh yeah, I don't think we did Yargle. Or no, we did. Did we Yarg? No, or did we not do Yultani? We did Yargle already. I'll tell you what. Let's do Multani. I bet it's equally as weird. Oh, Multani is sort of like an old card. Actual Multani. No. Is there not Multani card? Oh, it's this, but it's a star. No good. Okay, we're going back. Going back. I just disqualified a bunch of cards. Come on, we gotta stay on the show here. Yargle. We did both of those cards. Is Stuffy Doll weird? I don't think Stuffy Doll is a weird power and toughness. It's just a 0-1, right? Corey with Angry Mob. See that? You look at this. We got 2+ star, 2+ star. Now that is a weird power and toughness. I don't know why it's called Angry Mob. In fact, I can barely see the mob in the art. It's a 4-mana trampler. As long as it's your turn, Angry Mob's power and toughness are each equal to 2 plus the number of swamps your opponents control. As long as it's not your turn, Angry Mob's power and toughness are each 2. Yeah, we did the Walls of Bessang Say. Okay, are we not on 2 cards yet? Finally, mad people. Raznab! I don't think we did Yavimaya Ancients. Uh, 5 mana for a 2/7 Tree Folk for a green. Yavimaya Ancients gets +1/-2 until end of turn. If the original power and toughness wasn't weird, the ability gets even weirder. So it's basically 1 step forward, 2 steps back when it comes to your power and toughness. Stuffy Doll takes damage with only 1 toughness, but does not die. That is the weird but cool thing. No, but we're just looking at weird power and toughnesses, not weird abilities. We got Technic with Towering Titan. Towering Titan, a 6-mana, 6-mana 0/0. 6-mana 0/0 is actually not. There's a lot of 0/0s in this game. And they'll all have some like specific ability of putting a bunch of +1/+1 counters on it, not +2/-1. That's correct. They didn't want to overpower the Yavimaya Ancients. That would be a little bit strange. It would be too good. What 6 times 2 plus 2? You could attack for 14 if that was the case. For 14. Buzz Rickson, Frankenstein's Monster. Black for an X. It's a 0. It's just a 0/1, right? As the creature enters, exile X creature cards from your graveyard. If you can't, put this creature into its owner's graveyard. For each creature card exiled this way. Okay, maybe I'll count this just to given these circumstances. For each creature exiled this way, this creature enters with a +2/+0, 1/1, or 0 +0/+2 counter on it. So you could like make your own weird card out of this. I think we did Void Winnower already. What? Okay, so we have... Are we on to no 2 cards yet now? Fake Cake Music says, Yargle. We've done Yargle already. Also, why do people comment NCY? What does it mean? It means no card yet. It means you haven't been part of the show, and I want everyone to be part of the show, so I give priority to those people. Like Charging Badger! Spinal Parasite. And we already did Pride of Heliclite. In fact, we did this one too. Did we run out of cards? Did we run out? I don't think we've run out of cards. Okay, we're gonna move on to some people who have no 2 cards yet, because I am confident They know what's up. Demigoth, Titan. This is 11-10 for like, what is it? Golgari, 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 and Golgari mana. When it attacks or blocks, you have to sacrifice a creature. That is terrible. Attacks or blocks. You might end up sacrificing this thing. Did you need redemption? Angry. We did Angry Mob. Okay, we got Vec with Inversion Behemoth. Leveler has not been done. I'll put that next. Okay, we have Inversion Behemoth, a 4-mana 2/9 Eldrazi. At the beginning of combat on your turn, do the old switcheroo of the power and toughness of each and any number of target creatures until end of turn. And now we got, next up, we got Leveler. It's a 10/10. It looks sort of normal-ish for a power and toughness, but it's unusual. There's not that many 10/10s in this game. When Leveler comes into play, remove your library from the game. You better have a good plan for that. Better have a very good plan over there. Benny with a Watcher in the Web. This is a 5-mana 2/5 with reach. Whenever, Watcher in the Web can block an additional 7 creatures each combat because it's got the 7. It's got 8 legs. Not insect too. We got Meteor Storm, the Inkwell, Leviathan. I love this card. Another 7/11. We have for 9 mana the 7/11 Leviathan in Island Walk, Trample, and it's got Shroud. A very fine, high-class cube card. We have Rocket Vamp with Shapeshifter. I feel like this is an alt account suggestion. Shapeshifter, like the original Shapeshifter? Oh, there it says, whoa! Whoa! Did anyone see this thing? This is crazy. It's got star 7- star. That is so wild. As Shapeshifter enters the battlefield, choose at the beginning of your upkeep, you may choose a number between 0 and 7. So we can like change it whatever we want. Is that like Darth Vader in the background? It's like literally Darth Vader, and here's like a Jedi. We've got like, I don't know, some mix between Leia and Luke Skywalker or something. Shapeshifter's power is equal to the last chosen number, and its toughness is equal to 7 minus that number. Yeah, algebra. Whoa, they had to tone these types of cards down. They didn't realize, you know, players, they only know how to count to 20 and count down. The numbers have to be within that range. Adding and subtracting. We did Snot already. Also, I believe Snot is an uncard. Uncards have to be donated. Okay, Benjamin with it was so weird. It muted Nikachu for a second. It's possible. Phantom Centaur. 4 mana for a 2/10 Centaur Spirit. Protection from black. When it comes to play with 3 +1/+1 counters on it. So it's actually really a 5. Oh, sorry, this is not a 2/10. This is a 2/0. It's it's a 2/0. I didn't notice that. You know, I looked at the dash as if it was a 1. Yeah, it's a 2/0, not a 2/10. I just look at it. You know, I didn't know that there's a second card that has 0 toughness in this game. That's not like a 0/0. Okay, so it comes into play with 3 +1/+1 counters, so it's effectively a 5/3. If damage would be dealt to Phantom Centaur, prevent that damage and remove the counters and slowly remove them until there's nothing left. We got ATs with the Mon Volley Ooze. Okay, we have a green for a 1+ star and 1+ star. Cumulative upkeep of 2. One volley ooze has power and toughness each equal to 1 plus its last paid cumulative upkeep. That is just stupid. It takes forever for this thing to get online. Nova Mackenzie with Lost. What is this? Lost Order of Jarkeld. It's a 4 mana, 1 plus star, 1 plus star. They were more creative with the power and toughness a long time ago. You can tell. They've thrown out the creativity. The book has been thrown away. As Lost Order of Jarkeld comes into play, choose an opponent. Lost Order of Jarkeld's power and toughness are each equal to 1 plus the number of creatures that opponent controls. So what, we depend on our opponent? 1 plus number of creatures. Yeah. If our opponents don't have squat, we're screwed. We just have a 1/1 in play for 4 mana, which is very embarrassing. Any other NCYs here? I will give you priority. I don't see it though. Okay, we got J-Gra with Ancient. Adamantoise. The hell is this? Oh, it's this guy. So we have Ancient Adamantoise, 8 mana for an 8/20 turtle. Vigilance, word 3. Damage isn't removed from this creature during cleanup steps. All damage that would be dealt to you and other permanents you control is dealt to this creature instead, because it has got basically 20 toughness. Not much is going to kill it. And when this creature dies, exile it and create 10 tapped treasure tokens. Oh, I thought, you know, in my mind, I was completing the sentence where if this creature dies, exile it and create 10 tapped turtle creature tokens or something like that. Turtles. Like, you broke up, you killed the mother, but like all the babies came out. Maybe I've seen too many videos where they like whack a spider and then the spiders all spill out. It's a bit creepy. Janelle says maybe they'll finally give themselves more time to be creative with power and toughness abilities now considering. You know, I mean, maybe they do it on Arena, like what's it called? Those alchemy cards. They're crazy. Those alchemy cards. We did Char Rumbler. It's the popular one. People love the Char Rumbler. I don't know if Toads has been part here. Island Jasconia. Is it Jasconias? I think it's just Jascon. Yeah, oh, it is very similar. Okay, 7 mana for a 6/8. Doesn't untap during your untap step. Sorry, untap phase. Cannot attack if defending player controls no islands. If at any time you control no islands, bury Island of Fish Jasconias. And for triple blue, untap Island Fish, which this is, I guess. It's now it's just fish. Use this ability only during your upkeep. Sad. We did Force Savagery. You butchered the pronunciation of Amantoise. Yeah, I have no idea. I need to find a video that pronounces it. Alex Bruce with what is this? Kamal, the pit fighter. Oh, there's a lot of Kamals out there. Oops. (6/1) for 6 mana haste. The difference between this and Ball Lightning, though, is this can tap and just deal 3 damage to target creature or player. So it just can, like, lightning bolt people just randomly. No big deal. Easy peasy. Does not have to get blocked by a stupid first striker. Fake Cake Music. Is there a creature that's got power and toughness equal to the number of creatures you control? Absolutely. There's a lot of cards like that. If anyone wants to help Fake Cake Music, they can let them know in the comment section or chat. Okay, I guess we'll get Raznap Zombie Mob. Did I get you, Christopher B? I can't even remember. Zombie Mob is a 4-mana 2... Another 2/0! Comes into play with 1/1/1 counter for each summon card in your graveyard. So basically a creature's in the graveyard. Remove all those summon cards from the game. Creature enters the battlefield with a +1/+1 counter up for each creature in the graveyard, and when the creature enters, exile all creature cards from your graveyard. Okay, so I was just reading the Oracle text. Another 2/0. We got Mad Dog McBride, Vile Aggregate. Oops, where am I going? Vile Aggregate. It's okay. It's a 3 mana for a *5 Eldrazi drone with Devoid, and its power is equal to the number of colorless creatures you control. Also has trample. Also has ingest. A completely forgotten mechanic. Like when someone mentions ingest, like I sort of understand how it works. Not 100%. I basically got it, but outside of that, I don't remember that thing even existing. Mild Soup, Pearl Lake Ancient. Another 6/7 for 7 mana. Flash. It can't be countered. It's got prowess, so that the power and toughness can get bigger. And whenever, return 3 lands you control to their owner's hand. Return Pearl Lake Ancient to its owner's hand. Is Tarmogoyf weird or not? Yeah, it's weird, but we've done it already. It's the only problem. Oh, 6/7. Oh. Okay, we'll get another one from Christopher B. Avon Trailblazer. It's a 2-star. That is weird looking. It's almost jarring just staring at this. It's so unusual. 3 mana for a 2-star flyer. Domain. Its toughness is equal to number of basic land types among lands you control, so it can be basic land types. Would colorless be considered one? Can this thing get to 6 toughness? Could technically die. Yeah, if you play with colorless mana, wastes into I mean, like, you know, yeah, a bunch of colorless mana and colorless cards that filter for blue or for white. We have Arcomagus that says, look, if I want to play 2-star monsters, I'll play Yu-Gi-Oh! The heart of the cards. Bordeaux is like, no way this was played. I mean, it's draft cards. Everything is playable in draft. Anything can happen. Okay, we got Jeff. No 2 cards yet. Back in the old days of MTG, Abomination could surely be a part of this show. Definitely. It's a 2/6. At end of combat, to destroy all green and white creatures blocking or blocked by Abomination. It is an abomination in that regard. Is anyone else hasn't been part of the show yet? Waste, unfortunately, has no type. It's just a basic. Interesting. Okay. I've won with some terrible cards in draft. Well, that's the world. Mercenary with Arcbound, Ravager. I don't think that's no. It's just a 0/0, right? Yeah. Not weird enough. There's like a million clones. There's a million cards with 0/0 toughness. Yeah, we looked at Cherix. Indiana Jones with Yavimai Ants. I want to see what the ants are like. Ants. Isn't this just a worse death touch? Of course! Very much worse. Significantly worse. Oh, come on. There's no Yavimai Ants. Oh, there we go. 5/1 for 4 mana. Trample and haste. Oh, you gotta pay cumulative upkeep of 2. That's terrible. Okay, Daniel with Sentinel. Oh, shoot, there's millions of Sentinels. Okay, hold on, I gotta find the Sentinel. There's only one that we're looking for. The 1 star. 4 mana for an artifact creature. When Sentinel comes into play, its toughness is equal to 1. And for 0 mana, we can change the Sentinel's toughness to 1 plus the power of target creature blocking or blocked by Sentinel. Oh, I see. Okay. So we can basically meet the toughness. This is very funny. Very, very interesting. Okay, let's get one more. I guess we're getting from... Where are we getting from? I guess we're going to get from Bell. Aeson Crusader. Technically a 1/1. No, it's true, but like I'm judging like the power and toughness on the cards for the most part, not the abilities. Oh, we did this one already. Who else didn't get 2 cards yet? Bob Tuck's Bridge with Erratic Cyclops. It's a 0/8. This is a 4 mana Cyclops Shaman trample. Whenever you cast an instant or sorcery spell, Erratic Cyclops gets +X/+0 until end of turn. Where X is that spell's mana value. A very fascinating card. Okay, I hope everyone enjoyed this one. It was a cool show. It was a really good one. I think actually, you guys all came up with way more weird cards than I even knew existed. So thank you very much for that. As usual, we do the show weekdays, 3 p.m. Central Standard Time. Hope to see you there. Also, thanks to everyone who supports the show. If you're a patron on Patreon, a member on YouTube, or you super chat to be part of the show, or even super chat so other people are part of the show. Thank you so much, everyone, for being here. People like, we got Toad, Steve Cooper, Mercenary. We have Indiana Jones, Bell, Benjamin Berkey, Nova McKenzie, Raznab, Zazams, Benny's. We have Benny's and Benjamin Berkey's and Bob's and Echoes and Toilet Duck. And we have Jeff, Arco Magus, and Ed, Jess, and many more. So as usual, my coffee crew, keep brewing those coffees. We're going to keep brewing up the magic. Take care of yourselves, and I will see you at the next cup.